What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's get this out of our way, shall we? So today we are working on the Z again. Our fronts, they don't look like it now, but the insides are pretty much toast. So we're going to be pulling our fronts off and swapping them out with some new wheels and tires. Now, I haven't gone and bought another set of gram lights in a different size. So these gram lights are 18 by 10.5 with a 12. And then we have them spaced 15 millimeters, right? So really the fronts are 18 by 10.5 with a -3 on stock fenders. And we've got the GK Tech like angle kit, whatever. Basically it's like roll center adjusters. We have those, but we still have some bump stop that we can trim away because the wheels are so wide. You can only do so much angle with it. I'll let you crank this thing up in a minute and show you what we have now as far as angle goes. And then we're going to put some different tires on the front and some different wheels, a little bit narrower wheels. We're still gonna space them out and see how much we can actually add. Cause I've been getting like out angled the last couple of events where I'll throw the car in and I just don't have enough steering angle to keep up with these madmen when I'm driving with. And so I end up throwing a bunch of angle, but I can't correct enough. So the car either wants to spin or I want to understeer. It's you know, I gotta have a little bit more angle. So we're gonna try to eke out as much angle as we can out of the current setup without changing anything, because I don't know, I'm gonna keep this car through the end of the year most likely, and then I want to get into a different chassis, something with a little more power, baby. And but yeah, the Z has been great. And like I said, we're gonna keep driving it throughout this year, and but we need to get as much as we can out of the current setup without having to change a bunch of stuff. So that's the goal for today. Eke out as much steering angle as we can and put some new rubbers on the front because these Nittos are toast. So let's get to it. So this is what we're going with. These are 18 by 9.5 with the 15 battles. Picked these up from one of my buddies. He's actually renting a little spot next door. His name is Brian. Shout out to Brian. What we have going on the tires, old school sticky boys. I grew up with these. These are the Azinis. Now these are like the RT615Ks or whatever they call them now. They were just 615s, I think, before. I don't remember. But they're basically the same thing. Tread pattern's the same. I think the compound's slightly different than what we use for autocross, but they should do the trick. Now, they are a lot less wide than what's on the car now. What we've been running is a 275 40, 275 35. I don't know, let's go find out. Where's it at? 275/35 NT05s. Been a pretty good tire. Don't start with nearly as much tread depth as the Azinis. So these should last us, at least a whole year for sure. But I found that I've got actually too much front grip in this car, where it will actually, like, it wants to pull the steering wheel out of your hands when you're in drift, because there is so much tire up front and it's limiting us on the angle. So this car was initially, I had it set up as like a road race car, track car, and then I got bit by the drift bug, so here we are. So I had those on there already, so I wasn't gonna waste perfectly good tires. So we ran them for pretty much 2 seasons, season and a half, maybe, probably 2, maybe 2.5, I don't know. But they're shot now, they're done, and we're gonna go with something a little bit more, you know, drift purpose than what's on there now. They served us well, the tires were great, no complaints out of the Nittos, ton of grip, and there's nothing really bad to say about them. Other than they're a little pricey, but these, I picked up the Azzinis for about 130 a tire, something like that. Not too bad, shipped. So let's get these on, and then we'll get those off, and then we'll trim down our bump stops and see how much angle we gain. So, as you can see, on that inside edge, even down here, these guys were pretty much toasted. This one's not as bad, but you can see we're starting to show a little bit of discoloration, and so they're really like one front tire lockup away from not doing their thing. So we're gonna take those off, swap them with some rears. We'll have some gram lights with the rears, and I might eventually get some front tires that match the rears. I don't know, we'll see. Depends on the next chassis I get. If those wheels look good on that chassis, I will probably keep them and use them. So we'll see. If not, when I sell the Z, they'll go with the Z. Okay, so admittedly, these don't look nearly as cool as the gram lights. Gram lights, battles. But means to an end, right? They almost don't fit the brakes. The brake caliper is close to that wheel. Anyway, let's see how much angle we can gain. Let's see if I can get it to turn enough. So the wheel's basically pointing pretty even with that brake. That might be the clutch bias valve. Anyway. That's about what we're at now. I'll show you something crazy. So Drew did a similar kit on the IS. This thing gained a ton of angle. That's wild. I mean, that's respectable for sure. So I'll put a link up. If you haven't checked this video out, check it out, it's pretty cool. But we're trying to get something like that over here, because he's got probably maybe another 5 degrees over this. So that's what it looks like on the trailing tire. So let's just see what we can do. Alright guys, so I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but right here, that is the coilover mount. And if we go to full lock, this bolt, which attaches to our caliper bracket, or our caliper, which is right here, that contacts the coilover. So, this is about as far as we want to let it go, because we got a little bit of gap there, but even when we put the, I don't know if you can get a better angle of it, but anyway, even when we put the, bump stops in there, it's gonna flex a little bit. So I took this one all the way out, and kind of this is where we're sitting. So not a huge difference. What the heck? Not a huge difference in where we were at before. So I'm actually gonna put the bump stop back in on this side, check where we're at. We may not even have to do anything. We'll see. So remember this, before or after, and then we'll put the bump stop back in and see what change we got. So, good news and bad news. Good news is the same as the bad news. You can't have any more angle. So the good spin on that is, I don't have to do any work. That's it. Just mounting some tires. The bad news is, I wanted some more angle, but it's not gonna happen. So we got some new wheels. Not crazy about them. See what they look like. Meh. They're okay. Just makes me want to order the Graham lights more now. But we'll see how they feel. And we may end up selling them. Who knows? I'm gonna mount some rear tires on these bad Mama Jammas, because I don't think the 235s on a 10.5 are gonna do very well. 235s on a 9.5 got a little stretch. On a 10.5, just too much. So we'll run this for an event or two, see what we think. But I might order some Graham lights. These just look much better. I'm probably gonna wash the thing, and then yeah. So this has become less of a let's get stuff done and more of a mount some tires and walk around the shop. We did help Dom get his 240 loaded up. It's going to I don't know, someplace in Alexandria. Somebody's gonna have their hands full. All these carts, these things are bitching. That's Dom. He's selling this car.
Oh, dude. This is like the dance that I would like to do whenever I sell something, and I'm like, ah, yes.
Well, guys, like I said, I'm not in love with the style of the wheels. They're not terrible. They just, they don't really fit the car like those wheels do. Those wheels, that's just my jam. So I'm gonna see if I can get some 9.5-inch Graham lights and then sell these bad Mama Jammas. But I think what I'm gonna do for today, before we call it a wrap, is wash this thing. It's nasty. Look at that. It's got like a inch of dust on it. So we'll try the old snap, see if that works. How do you snap? Bang. So day wasn't a total waste. We got her shined up. She ain't perfect, but she does the job. And the wheels, I don't know. I'm gonna give it an event or two. Maybe they'll grow on me. I don't know. If not, I'll just order some other ones. F it. But car had a ton of overspray on it. This, whatever this is, you can see it. That's been there since I bought the car. The guys around here are always painting, so I ended up just clay barring the roof and the deck lid and, you know, some other stuff, and throwing like a little quick coat of wax on it just to help protect it a little bit from all the shenanigans that goes on around here. Try to keep it in an okay shape at least. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. All right, guys, video's not over. Psych. Figure since that was gonna be so super short, we didn't really do anything, just mounted 2 tires and threw them on the car. That was a couple days ago. I ordered some stuff at the shop, so I figured why not throw this on the back end of the video. If you're interested, stick around. If not, pew, you can bounce. Either way, we got some lights to do. We're getting rid of that, not the light, but the ballast that's making all that noise. I got 2 LEDs. I'm gonna bypass the ballast, and then we got some lights to put up down here. I'm gonna put up 4 down that wall, and then 2 on that wall, and that should give us a little bit more light in here because it's dark. And I also have a new motor for that fan because that one's dying. We'll see if we get to that tonight. But either way, I got the motor. If we get that far, great. If not, oh well. We'll at least get the lights done tonight. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, let's get it. Okay, guys. So I know it's bright, but I wanted to hang the first one, and then that will basically give us our height for the next tree. I'll just measure up to it. I just kind of eyeballed it and then made sure it was level, and then we're just going to basically go the length of the cord over, hang it, and then the length of the cord over and hang it. I just turned off the overhead light so we didn't have to listen to it buzz since we had a little bit of light left. But I'll kick it back on, and we'll get these 2 up, and then see what it looks like after that. So this is just like a quick before. None of the new lights on, just what it would have looked like before, and then we'll get these 5 new lights up, and then, you know, change out that for the LEDs and see what a difference it makes. So, and remember, we still got a little bit of daylight left, so that's helping this out. So we'll see what it looks like with all the new LEDs. But by the time we get done that, it's gonna be dark. So let's get to it again. Not bad. I'm not crazy about the exposed cords, but you know, I mean, let's be honest, they're cheap, and I'm cheap. So it's mucho better than it was before. Like, you'd actually be able to see what you're doing. All right, on to that wall over there. All right, guys, so this is with no overhead lights, just the wall lights on this side. Not too bad, not too bad. So kind of where we're at, these white and black, that's hot and neutral. So black's hot, white's neutral. And I trimmed off the socket wires and then added some length because we got to bridge the gap on the ballast. That big black and yellow thing up there is the ballast. So now we're just gonna bring this over to this side, hook them into these here, Johnny's there, and bing, bang, boom. We should have some LED lightage. That's the hope anyway, if we don't burn the place down. Nah, we'll be fine. So I'm gonna hook that up and then I'll show you it with everything on. Ta-da! And listen, listen. Nothing. No buzzing, no wheezing, no nothing. So we're in the tunnel of light right now. F-150 behind us. It's pretty bright, y'all. It is pretty bright. So versus, this is what, so I'm gonna pop on Drew's side and, whew. Oh, it was on, holy smokes. It was on, y'all, it was on. I didn't realize it. But, oh, that light's not on, that's why it's so dark. That one didn't come on. Sometimes you gotta do the old 1-2 on her, get her to come on. So this is one side of the shop, and that's the other. Well, you're looking right at the lights, but you get the idea. Mucho brighter. So it's way later than I thought it was gonna be, as these things do. It took longer, you know. What else is new, guys? But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If not, hey, you know what to do. If you liked it enough, you want to come back for some more, please consider subscribing, hit that little button, little bell, do all the things. You know what it is. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys coming out as always. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.